If you're planning a trip to Las Vegas and you've been here a few times and you want some cool new places to hit up, I'm gonna show you all the local hidden gems you can find here in Vegas. The first spot we're hitting for breakfast is Vickie's Diner. It's this really cool 50s style diner that's all pink inside. Let's go check it out. This place has great food, great prices, and great portions. You can get breakfast for under $8 here. This next spot that we're going is a place called Primal Steakhouse. This is actually the #1 rated restaurant in Las Vegas on TripAdvisor right now. It's even rated way higher than Hell's Kitchen. If you love all things medieval, as soon as you enter, you feel like you're walking onto a set of Game of Thrones. The ambiance is dimly lit by candlelight, there's heavy blood red curtains everywhere, wall sconces and melted candles. They even let you pose with the swords and the armor. Their house cocktails are super fun and they definitely go with the medieval theme. There's a Viking punch served in a horn. Or you can try the King's Elixir, which is their version of an old-fashioned that also comes smoked. But you can also try other ones like Mist of Babylon or the Guillotine Smash. As far as the food goes, everything we tried was bursting with flavor. While this is a steakhouse, they've got all kinds of other great entrees. My chicken was cooked perfectly, and the portions are actually huge. For dessert, we tried the creme brulee, and we found it was better than the one that we tried at the Eiffel Tower. It's flambéed tableside for quite the show. Just read the reviews on TripAdvisor. Everything about this place is incredible. This next spot that we're going to is basically like a speakeasy cafe. This place is called Gäbi Coffee, and you only know it's there by this wooden door in a nondescript strip mall in Chinatown. As soon as you go through the door, you're transported to this greenhouse warehouse vibe that serves the prettiest cakes, pastries, coffees, and teas. As you walk around, you'll find all kinds of eclectic decor and antiques, tons of plants, and fun vintage chairs to sit in. If you're in Las Vegas on a girls' trip or a bachelorette party, or you just want somewhere unique to have coffee, you should definitely go to Gäbi Coffee. So we're here at this place called Squeeze Inn. It's this really eclectic breakfast and lunch spot. There's all kinds of like weird art all over the walls. They claim that they have the best omelets in the world, and I only got this like 2 minutes ago and it's almost devoured, so I think I agree with them. But the coolest part is that they invite all the guests to write on the walls. So we got some markers. That's what we're gonna do after breakfast. If you love Mexican food, you are going to love this next spot. It doesn't get much better than this for Mexican in Las Vegas. This is Juan's Flaming Fajitas, and you bet it lives up to the name. I recommend ordering the fajitas. They also have a full spread of favorite Mexican dishes and lots of vegetarian options that you can also make vegan as well. They light your fajitas on fire before they serve them to you, and it's a pretty fun show. The generous portions are filling, and the complimentary table chips, salsa, and bean dips were so good. The prices here are very reasonable, so it's worth the Uber drive off the strip, and it's even cheaper during their daily happy hour, especially if you're in the mood for margaritas under $5. We are here in the Arts District, which is basically just south of the Fremont Street area. There are a ton of great breweries. We just had some flights at Able Baker, so good. We're gonna go check out a couple more. This is a great place to wander around until you wanna hit Fremont Street. Another brewery I loved was Cerveza. It's a fun play on the Spanish name for beer, and appropriately, this brewery specializes in michelada flights. I loved the wide selection of unique beers, the casual atmosphere, and a nice shaded patio here. The vibe here kind of feels like your cool friend invited you over for some backyard beers on a warm summer night. They also make mezcal and tequila-based cocktails if you're not a beer fan. We are here at Fergusons Downtown. This is an old motel that has been converted to all these local artisan shops. When you walk around here, it's basically like you're visiting a real-life Etsy store. There are so many cute shops. There's plant stores, there's aromatherapy stores, vintage clothing stores, there's a couple bars and cafes here, and this is also home to Peyote, one of the newest and coolest restaurants here in downtown Las Vegas. Next, we have Atomic Liquors. This is a fun and historic spot in Las Vegas. You'll find it in the Fremont East area, and it's the oldest freestanding bar in Las Vegas. It's really cool because they still have the first ever liquor license hanging on the wall. Back in the day, patrons used to climb on the roof and observe the nuclear bomb testing in the Nevada desert about 60 miles away. Nowadays, it's a casual dive bar and a fun place to relive Las Vegas's history. Cocktails are about $11, and there's tons of beer on tap. Another place just outside of the Fremont Street area is the Mob Museum. Now, this museum is a great way to spend a couple of hours. However, the coolest part is the hidden speakeasy located in the basement. You can get to it at the end of your tour at the museum, but if you don't want to go to the museum, you actually go around the back of the building and walk down these steps to a hidden back door, and you have to give the secret password to get in. Once you're inside, it's definitely this old vintage speakeasy prohibition vibe, and all the cocktails are themed and named after this era, like the old fashioned that we had that came inside of a book. While you're in the area, I recommend you visit the downtown Graffiti Alley. You'll find this T-shaped alleyway across from the El Cortez, kind of right behind the La Comida restaurant. It's a community space for locals and visitors where you'll find murals, sculptures, and interactive moments. It's free to walk around and you can grab some really great photos here. Only 20 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip is the Lion Habitat Ranch. This sanctuary is where the lions from the MGM Grand lived when they weren't doing a show. After the lion show stopped in 2012, this nonprofit sanctuary opened up to the public and houses rescued animals from other zoos and surrendered pets. This is a great way to spend a couple of hours if you want to get off the strip and spend some time with the animals. They've got over 30 lions and you can even feed them if you want, and as we walked around we actually heard quite a few of them roar. In addition to the lions, there's all kinds of other animals, plus a giraffe who's got quite the personality and shows off his painting skills. If you ask him, he'll even show you how tall he is.
How tall are you? So he showed you guys about 16 feet.
I think this would be the perfect way to spend a morning if you want to get off the strip, head south to the Lion Habitat Ranch, and then on your way back, stop at the Las Vegas sign. Also in the same area is the Pinball Hall of Fame. This place is so cool. There are hundreds of vintage pinball machines and other retro arcade games. There's no admission charge, you just have to pay for each game, and each of them range between 50 cents to about $1. Bring your quarters, but don't worry, there is a machine where you can change your cash into quarters. There's a game for everyone. Tal's found his Terminator game that he has been dying to play ever since he was a kid. This is a great way to spend an hour or two, especially if you're kind of done with the heat of Las Vegas. Great spot for families or kids of any age. I hope you enjoyed the video of all of my favorite hidden gems in Las Vegas. If you liked the video or found it helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more Las Vegas videos.